Hi students, this is Suchadata teaching economics to class 11 and here I am with the third chapter of economics and the name of the chapter is Economic Reforms since 1991. The government of India came with a slew of reforms in 1991. So the question that arises in every student's mind is, why did the government feel the need of having economic reforms? What were those situations? Why was the need felt so? Now, you have read in the previous two chapters that the government of India followed a different economic policy from 1950 to 1990 and 1991 onwards. In fact, the period from 1950 to 1990 saw that there was a great emergence of the public sectors and the private sectors were given a back seat. The government of India felt that the Indian industrial sector, that is the production sector, needed a strong hold of the government. That is why it felt that it was not very nice to give all these in the hands of private entrepreneurs. Now, with so many public sectors, it did show some kind of improvement and development, but there were more negative aspects, and those were, there occurred in India an economic crisis, and it was because the public sectors were given much importance and slowly they became breeding grounds for corruption. And generally these units became sick units, but still it was not easy to shut them down. So a great lag on the part of the economic activities of the country. We also see that due to the absence of private entrepreneurs, there was no competition amongst the people who were in the production unit. Thus, it became a slow economy, an economy that lacked competition, an economy which had lot of corruption, an economy where there were only more of public enterprises. Thus, both the government as well as the consumers felt the need of new reforms. And the reforms which were made in 1991 are called as the new economic policy in the subject economics. Well, in this new economic policy, there are three basic components which we call as LPG, that is liberalization, privatization and globalization. So first of all, we will pick up the first component and that is liberalization. Now what is liberalization? Simple, as the word is suggesting, it means liberation, it means freedom, and it actually means in economics that freedom from the direct control of the government by the private entrepreneurs. That is, earlier the government had been following a policy of licensing, had been following strict policy towards the production norms, and other areas were now relaxed. And we are going to study in more detail about its first component, that is the reforms which were made under liberalization, in the next clipping.